Villarreal 0, Real Madrid 2 then is how it finishes, and what that means is that despite everything, all the saga around Vinicius Jr., the whistles, Jude Bellingham, Xavi Alonso, Arbeloa coming in, Real Madrid are top of the table.
Lamine was right when he wrote Madrid on top for a day before the game against Oviedo. The Madrid players celebrated a lot, dreaming of being at the top of La Liga. But today they woke up and returned to the nightmare, the reality of La Liga.
Sinceramente, amantes y fans del buen fútbol, si tuviera que deciros cómo me siento, o lo que siento más bien...
6.5 out of 10 performance, but gets a result. Is that fair?
Yeah, and Luis mentioned attitude. I would say not only attitude, aptitude and application from Real Madrid. And then that's it. Then you run out of stuff. Because if you start talking about Arbeloa's plan on the field, then you're making stuff up. There is no real plan here. There is a group of players that has been put out there by Arbeloa and have been told, go on guys, you guys are really good, go do your thing and we'll see what we get out of this. He has managed to sort of ease his way into the position by doing one very basic thing, and that is loving the players, kissing up to the players, relating to the players. You're not the problem. You are the solution. You are going to get us out of whatever situation we're in because of how talented you are. And in doing that, he has bought himself some sort of, I don't know, trust or confidence, if you can call it that, because I think we're too short into this period to be saying that the players fully trust Álvaro Arbeloa. But he has gained that trust, that initial trust that the players say, well, at least we're going to enjoy ourselves more than we did with the other guy. And if we want to enjoy ourselves, we got to win games and we got to play at a high level and we're going to go chase the goalkeeper and we're going to go press together. So for now, all of this seems very beautiful. For now, all of this seems like it's working out and moving forward and generating momentum. My concern is that
another one of those uncomfortable games decided only in the second half. A less creative Barcelona on the field after losing Pedri, and on the other side, an annoying opponent relying on interruptions, constant fouls, theatrics, provocations, and time wasting. Added to that, as expected with Martinez Munuera officiating, was a disastrous refereeing performance with inconsistent decisions. One of those games that makes us, if only for a moment, miss the poor officiating of the Super League. Barcelona lined up with several changes to the starting 11, most notably Pedri's absence replaced by Casado and the inclusion of Olmo, while Fermin was rested. The attacking trio remained, and in defense, Cancelo made his return at left-back. Despite this, the team had a very weak first half, lacking rhythm, creativity and intensity, suffocated by Oviedo's tight man-marking in a solid 4-4-2. Pedri's absence highlighted Frenkie de Jong's difficulties in playmaking, and Barca only created occasional danger through isolated moves, like Cancelo's advances or crosses aimed at Lewandowski, who struggled against the defenders. Disorganized and frustrated with inaccurate passes and little space, Barcelona allowed Oviedo to exploit mistakes by their key players, who were tightly marked, and to probe the Barca box from the flanks. However, they couldn't create real scoring chances, with Cubarsí and Gerard Martin alert, and Eric on the right wing trying to speed up the game. Joan Garcia was busier in the first half than Aaron Escandel. Barcelona had just one shot on goal, Raphinha after a Casado pass, brilliantly saved by Aaron. Barcelona only needed calm and focus to beat the bottom of the table team, and the spectacle delivered. Lamine Yamal didn't have a strong first half but showed signs that he wanted to redeem himself. He was involved in the play that led to the first goal and created one of the most memorable moments of the match, the kind of moment worth the ticket price. It was a truly spectacular goal by Barcelona's young winger, worthy of his personal highlight reel, a perfectly placed bicycle kick that made it 3-0. The play by Lamine Yamal, for which he had already been awarded December's Player of the Month even before the match began, will be remembered for its stunning beauty and technical precision. Adding to it was Dani Olmo's exquisite assist. The attacking midfielder carried the ball to the right side of the box and, with the outside of his right foot, delivered a perfectly measured cross. A delicate and creative pass for Yamal, who finished the play with a flawless bicycle kick, celebrating afterward by pointing to the club crest, a gesture that showcased his deep passion for Barcelona. Forget the gossip about Nicky Nicole. Now it's all about Lamine's spectacular goals and TikTok-worthy plays. Lamine was the match MVP and was subbed off at the 77th minute for Rooney Bargi, who had little time and space to make an impact.
Well, not a lot to say here, really. They played the team that were bottom of the league. Struggled for 45 minutes, didn't play well. He changed half-time. Jeremy Martin went off, Koundé came on, so a little bit different personnel, different shape in the second half in terms of where people were. But when teams make mistakes against you, and you've got the likes of Olmo, Raphinha, Lamine Yamal, and then you can bring on a guy who was getting a rest today, Fermin Lopez, who's been excellent for them, then I think they're in good shape. The big question will be, how's their defence going to hold out between now and the end of the season? But what we have in La Liga, believe it or not, because if you'd believed all the stories, the Bernabeu was burning down and Alonso got sacked and everything was just wrong. There was mutiny in the dressing room. Well, everybody seems quite happy now and we have a title race. So at least that's one thing if you're a neutral, but I do think Barcelona, looking at the two sides, certainly in the forward areas, they're not as reliant on one player for the goals, I think, as Real Madrid are. Yes, Vinicius might be happier. Yes, Rodrigo's there. Yes, Bellingham might be playing a bit better and all that. But Barcelona could really share it around. There's probably 5, 6 or 7 players there that can all come in, score goals and win games. And that might just be the difference for Hansi Flick.
Barcelona went into ecstasy after Lamine's spectacular goal. In the locker room, nobody stopped talking about the 18-year-old prodigy's masterpiece. Everyone was completely shocked by what they had just witnessed. The entire Barca squad was mesmerized by Lamine's incredible reflexes in the box, which led to an equally spectacular goal. Even Hansi Flick admitted to being amazed by Lamine. However, it was Raphinha who reacted first to Lamine's goal, showing the shared emotion across the team. He said, "We were blown away by Lamine's goal. Spectacular. But the important thing was to win and build confidence for Wednesday's game against Copenhagen. We knew it would be very tough against an opponent that presses well and wants to play. We weren't at our best in the first half, but in the second half we managed to score the goals. We tried to press high in the second half to recover the ball as quickly as possible, and that's how the first 2 goals came." When asked by DAZN whether he had regained last season's form after his injuries, he seemed somewhat irritated. "With 8 goals in the 13 games I've played, do you think I'm not at the same level as last season? I'm always striving to get back to my best." And rightly so. His furious reaction is understandable. He's coming off injury and giving everything to return to top form, which is no easy task. Still, Raphinha is an impressive player, and his pressing is one of his key weapons, especially when Barcelona needs it most. According to Mundo Deportivo, Hugo Duro has scored 7 goals from just 10 shots, achieving a 70% conversion rate, only surpassed by Raphinha, who has a 78% conversion, 7 goals from 9 shots. By comparison, Lamine Yamal and Kylian Mbappe have lower conversion rates of 32% and 49% respectively. We need to give Raphinha more credit because he deserves it. If Raphinha was impressed by Lamine's goal, Hansi Flick is also pleased with his return.
¿Qué has sentido cuando has visto el golazo de Lamine Yamal y si es uno de los pocos ahora mismo en el mundo que puede hacer este tipo de goles tan bonitos?
Wow, difficult question, but for me, much more important was the first goal. How he pressed, how he recovered the ball, that we score the first goal, because this was for us the key to open this game for us, to open the 3 points, and this was for me more important than the third goal. But of course, everyone loved to see this in football, and yeah, happy that he scored such a goal.
Mark Casado commented on Lamine's stunner. "I think that was the first bicycle kick goal we've seen from Lamine, even in training. I've given him a few taps on the head myself. The hailstorm? It was a headache, very uncomfortable. 3 points put Barcelona back at the top of the table under the rain that fell over the Camp Nou, reopened to the public for the first time."
Unless you have what I think would be a structure to the team, organization, a game plan. How is it that we're going to approach a game? All of this seems like a house of cards. All of this seems like it all changes once they lose a game, and then we go back to square one. Real Madrid, if they're going to achieve the things that they think they're capable of achieving this season, they have to know what a reset position is, what square one is for them. What is it that they have to do really well as a group, as a unit, consistently in order to win games. Today, the hard work and the aptitude and the attitude was enough. Other times it may not be the case because guess what? Today they were interested. Against Monaco they were interested. But 3 weeks from now, when all of this has passed, are they gonna be interested? That's a question that this team is yet to answer.
Al ver jornada tras jornada es que ya no tengo ni idea. No sé cómo expresar lo que siento cada jornada cuando veo a esta gente, cuando veo cómo funcionan las cosas, y es que en menor medida, siempre hay alguna acción. No pueden ganar sin polémica de por medio. No pueden ganar sin que el árbitro sea protagonista en alguna acción clave, porque esto es una acción clave en el devenir del partido. Y es que es imposible, os lo prometo, me es imposible imaginar esta acción al revés y que fuera el defensa con la camiseta amarilla el que hiciera esta acción. Foyt en este caso, imaginemos, mucha fuerza para Foyt, han confirmado que son cosas del talón de Aquiles, durísimo. Pues no me puedo imaginar que Foyt haga esto con Kylian Mbappé y que Soto Atraco o el VAR no pitara penalti. Me es imposible imaginar ese escenario. Muy bien por la Copa Líderes Provisionales, pero tiene que ser muy frustrante incluso para los futbolistas del Barça que ven esto. Y luego vamos, por ejemplo, a la semana pasada, la jornada pasada, la que se tiene que liar para que al Barça le den cualquier acción a favor de ellos, porque todavía estoy dándole vueltas viendo cómo funciona el VAR para anularle goles al Barça, yéndose a buscar una falta, anulando un gol, manipulando los frames. Y luego el Madrid, el VAR no existe. Porque esto de Eidinghausen, ¿qué cojones es? ¿Hasta cuándo coño vamos a tener que estar aguantando estas cosas? ¿Hasta cuándo? Porque ya es algo que está empezando de pasar de castaño a castaño oscuro. Ya es algo totalmente irrisorio. Esto es bochornoso. Y luego, bueno, espérate, porque están los de Movistar. Los de Movistar, que es que me ha parecido espectacular cuando le pitan el penalti a Mbappé. No, es que la semana pasada se habla de que Mbappé se tiró antes de tiempo. ¿Cómo que se habla de que Mbappé? No, se habla de lo que ustedes tapáis, de lo que ustedes manipuláis, porque es bochornoso cómo controlan absolutamente todo. Y luego tenemos esta acción de Eidinghausen, de verdad, se ha bajado, creo que era Buchanan, se ha bajado las medias y tenía la bota entera de Hausen sellada en su pie. La tenía sellada, porque no es que la haya rozado, le ha dado de lleno.
Estamos hablando del golazo de Lamine, también de la presión que ejerce en el primer gol. Hoy ha recibido el MVP antes y también después del partido. Parece que ya ha dejado atrás esas molestias de la pubalgia. ¿Respiras un poco más aliviado al verlo ya prácticamente al 100% físicamente? Gracias.
Of course, but I think also the first half he had more space, more potential. He showed it in the second half. Of course, I said the reasons why in the first half. I think it's also about the team also. So we don't play so well as a team. By second half, it's he made the right actions in the right moment for us, and yeah, happy for that.
Nothing could diminish the spectacle this Barca offers, except Joan Laporta's shocked expression when he saw the rain hitting the VIP area, uncovered and exposing the executives in the stadium. Being in the VIP box didn't help, you would still get wet. Meanwhile, the storm forced some Oviedo officials to open their umbrellas in the box, starting with President Martín Peláez. Laporta, on the other hand, remained steadfast in the front row, alongside the club's first vice-president, Raphinha, and Berni Alvarez, Catalonia's sports minister, watching the inaugural match in the pouring rain. The downpour intensified in the final minutes, driving the crowd to seek shelter in the internal corridors, now protected by new roofing. This situation is expected to remain until the retractable roof is installed, planned for summer 2027. Even the press tribune, historically well covered, was affected in the front rows, the only ones still without temporary protection, and only those who took precautions managed to shield their equipment. Many ended up completely soaked. The episode served as a warning for the club about the risks of not preparing for extreme weather. Still, it's always worth going to Camp Nou, even if you have to face a storm at the end of the match.